Hey everyone, I think I better take another stab at Opporknockity. You know, there once was a man named Opporknockity, and he was the greatest tuner of harps in all the world. Now, in Europe, every city has an opera house and an orchestra. And of course, there are many fine orchestras strewn across North America, many fine philharmonic institutions. They all have harps and harpists playing the harp. Now, they needed to have their harps tuned, and it was a long journey to go see Opporknockity. But they all brought him their harps to be tuned. They had to travel to Central Europe, to the Alps. They'd get off the plane, they would take a bus, they would get to the village at the base of a mountain, and then they have to hike. Opporknockity lived at the end of a long trail on a high mountain where they would go up and up and up with their harp strapped to their back, finally reaching Snowline and having to climb in the snow and ice arduously up the mountain. When they'd finally reached the little home of Opporknockity, he would welcome them, he would feed them supper, and while they slept there overnight, he would tune their harp to perfection. In the morning, he'd give them breakfast and send them on their way, and they would go back to their homes, happy with their wonderful harps. Well, one day, a musician traveled to this village and began to hike up the mountain, mile after mile, through the snow and ice, up the rocky slope, finally making it to the home of Opporknockity. Opporknockity invited them in, gave them supper, as he always did, and while they slept, he tuned the man's harp to perfection. In the morning, after breakfast, the man strapped his harp on his back and he started down the mountain. He went through the ice and through the snow and over the rocks, and he was just nearing the forested part of the pass when he slipped and his harp banged upon a rock. He tried to play it, but it was no longer in tune. Oh, he was so unhappy. But he turned around, he put his harp back on his back, and he climbed back up the mountain. When he finally made it to the door of Opporknockity's little home, he knocked, and Opporknockity opened it and let him in. But he absolutely refused to tune his harp. The moral of the story is Opporknockity tunes but once. Thank you.